Have you ever wondered what the 11 most expensive chains ever made in hip-hop are? Well, then stay tuned. My name is Rodney Smith. Thank you for checking out the channel. Please be sure to like the video, sub to the channel if you like. Come hang out with your buddy. When you're bored, we'll listen to some music, check out some chains, and talk some other nonsense. Without further ado, let's get into it. Number 11 on the list is Hove, Jay-Z, the Godfather, the GOAT, Big Daddy of hip-hop, whatever you want to call him. He has an 11-pound gold Cuban chain. Now, 11 pounds hanging around the neck, I can't imagine that is fun, but given a special enough circumstance where there's people that I didn't like from high school, for instance, or something at an occasion, you could catch me wearing an 11-pound pure gold link chain around my neck. $200,000 for a chain. Just imagine that. Next up on the list is Quavo, 1/3 of the Migos. Now he has a $250,000 Ratatouille chain. Now Ratatouille, he's paying homage to a Disney movie, The Chef, so I'm sure this is somehow incorporating with him, you know, whipping the pot. Whip it! The chain, $250,000, adorned with white VVS diamonds. Crazy, dude. A white gold pendant covered with VVS white diamonds, that is. Moving on. Number 9 on our list is the Horus chain. Kanye West, $300,000. Now, Kanye West has done a lot of outrageous things in his life. Love him or hate him. He's all impacted us in one way or another. And I think somebody who he's impacted the most is his jeweler by buying a $300,000 chain. You guys realize the average income in America is like 45 grand household income. So a lot of times that's two people bringing in is $45,000 a year. Don't let Instagram and these things fool you, man. I mean, this is ridiculous. The Horus chain, it's named after the ancient Egyptian god Horus. It is crafted by the notorious jeweler Jacob the Jeweler. I'm sure you've seen his name plenty of times. If you're anytime, he's one of those Johnny Dang type characters where he's been taking rappers' money for God knows how long. It is made entirely out of 14K yellow gold, and this chain is a true work of art showcasing Kanye's fascination with Egyptian symbolism. Next on the list is T-Pain, the guy with the auto-tune who actually has a great voice that doesn't need auto-tune. Very rare specimen. So he has, I'm sure he still has it. If he ever goes broke, which I'm sure he won't, he can sell his big-ass chain. Now, there's nothing more early 2000s to me than T-Pain wearing a big-ass chain. At the time, the fashion was so funny. You know, we're coming out of the 90s with the baggy clothes. People started wearing tight stuff. We're going into like the swag era. Snap music was big still. So people are always trying to one-up each other. And so here comes T-Pain, who completely revolutionized the music industry with a chain that just says big ass chain. You know, I sold shirts back in the day that just said shirt on them. So I get where he's coming from. I understand the sentiment. This is one of my favorite chains right here. Now, big ass chain is a big ass chain and it weighs about 10 pounds. So that's a big ass chain. Next on our list is the late and great Takeoff. Now, Takeoff had an iconic chain. He has a $500,000 solar system chain. Now, this is tight because Takeoff, he often had the rocket symbolism. And like I said, the chain, it's just a cool way for these rappers to express themselves. And when they have the money, man, why not, you know? Yeah, a legendary piece for legendary man, R.I.P. Takeoff. We all miss you dearly. Thank you for everything you've done for music, and the legendary solar system chain will for always live on. Next on the list, we got the king of crunk himself, Lil Jon. Now, the crunk ain't dead chain. If you were around in the early 2000s, you definitely saw this chain swanging around in one video or another with Lil Jon. Belting the words of the people, right? As Lil Jon was blessing us with the wisdom from the wisdom of our forefathers. This chain, it's a $500,000 chain. Think about $500,000. Would $500,000 change your life? It would change mine. Number 5 on our list is Sean Kingston. Now, Sean Kingston boasts and also a $500,000 chain. Now, it is a crayon box. This is kind of one of those on the list where I don't know too much about Sean Kingston. It was never, I know he fucked some girl I went to high school with. It was kind of a big scandal at the time. But so I don't know what's up with the crayons, okay? So maybe, I don't know. There's some weird shit to say there. But according to Sean Kingston, it represents his creative spirit, his love for music, and his ability to bring joy and color into the world in his songs. I mean, hey, we all express ourselves in strange ways, so if you want to spend $500,000 on a box of crayons, hats off to you, dude. Bring some color into the world, my friends. Now, the crazy thing about this chain is that in 2007, Sean Kingston shipped it across the country, and it got lost by FedEx, and the chain was only insured for $500. So somebody out there has a $500,000 box of crayons. And if you have that box of crayons, I don't know, that's a fun conversation piece, I guess. So I would probably bust it down and sell the diamonds individually. But yeah, that's crazy. It got lost. Coming in at number 4 is Gucci Mane, the boogeyman of rap, Burr, with his Twin Panther chain, also valued at $500,000. Now, Gucci Mane is my personal favorite rapper of all time. Am I saying he's the greatest rapper of all time? No, but back in the day, man, I'd be playing beer pong as if I'd be losing. I'd say, put on some Gucci, and I'd put on Gucci, and I'd start sinking cups. Like, he just crossed, this guy from the Atlanta hood that just was playing at white people college parties and whatnot, and he's just such a character, man. And his whole thing, he's always had flashy jewelry, big chains, his label so icy. Gucci Mane and jewelry has always been a very synonymous thing, and so it's no surprise that he's on the list with his Twin Panther chain going for $500,000. As Gucci Mane said himself, Gucci Mane got long money. Now, coming in at 3 is who? Mike Jones with his very famous Ice Age chain. Now, Mike Jones really rose to prominence in the early 2000s. Him and Paul Wall, Swishahouse, all that when that really blew up. Still Tippin', I believe, is probably his biggest song, and I'm sure he made plenty of money off that track. Mike Jones will forever be a legend. He's left his impression on pop culture in general. I mean, we're still doing the Who Mike Jones thing, and I'd feel bad for anybody with the same name as Mike Jones, especially because they probably aren't wearing a $1 million chain around their neck. All right, jump into number 2 is Pharrell. Pharrell, very renowned producer, artist, singer, responsible for many classic records, so we know that money is not a problem for Pharrell. Pharrell's estimated to have a net worth of around $200 million, which a lot of these rappers were looking like 10 to 20, and they're still wearing 500,000. So in comparison, this isn't a lot of money to Pharrell to have $1 million chain, which is crazy to think about. I mean, you can put 5 families in houses for that money, which is nuts. But so this chain is him and his bandmates. It's the NERD, the NERD chain. It is unknown the exact quantity of diamonds in the chain, but from the price tag, you can probably guess it's a lot. Now, Pharrell's always had a thing for jewelry. He's always been a big fashion icon, so it is no surprise that he would invest heavy in having such a piece. And that brings him at number 2 on our list for most expensive chains. All right, and number 1, okay? Number 1 is the boss, Ricky Ross. Oh. Now, I remember when this first came out, I was dying laughing because this man really put his own face on a chain and dropped $1.5 million on his own face on his chain. I mean, well, how you get that's hilarious. I mean, that's some memeable shit right there. I love it. Rick Ross is one of the funniest people in the world. I don't know if he knows that he's funny, but he's just a character in general. So this is hilarious. It's funny because there's plenty of bald guys with beards, so it's funny that you can have that silhouette and always know it's Ross. So he's really built a brand for himself. The guy's a genius. He's had some great music over the years, and it's no surprise that he's coming in number one with a $1.5 million chain of his own face. And coming in ahead of everybody at number 0, I guess, would be Gucci Mane and the iconic Bart chain. Why? Because it is priceless. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like it, share it with your mom, show it to somebody that you like or don't. Please sub to the channel. I appreciate you guys being here. Let me know what part. I'm new to these making videos, so let me know what you like about it. Let me know what you dislike, and I hope to see you for more in the future. Thank you so much. Till next time.